Hi, my name is Sarah Barney,
And I'm Kathleen.
and you are here with the podcast called Material Girls. Today we'll be exploring the world of silicone, specifically addressing augmentation mammoplasty, otherwise known as a boob job.
Breast augmentation, or breast implants, were invented 50 years ago using silicone. Can you believe that some of our parents are older than breast implants? Who knew?
The surgeons who first thought of the idea of breast implants were Dr. Frank Giroux and Dr. Thomas Cronin. Giroux squeezed a plastic blood bag and remarked how much it felt like a woman's breast, and the idea of breast implants was born. Wow, it's amazing to think that the second most popular form of cosmetic surgery worldwide grew from one squeeze.
On the other hand, the concept of breast enlargements was thought of by Japanese prostitutes who would inject substances like paraffin or sponge into their breasts. Completely unsafe, but yet innovative, one might say.
Fast forward some time, and the first woman to have the surgery in 1962 was Timmy Jean. No, not Jimmy Dean, Timmy Jean. She was a mother of 6 from Houston, Texas. Originally going in to have her tattoo removed, she was offered the option of having this new up-and-coming procedure done. The procedure itself went well, and she left the hospital with her head held high and her breasts held even higher.
With that being said, in 2010, it was discovered that over 1.5 million women have had breast augmentation done for various reasons.
How does this work, you might ask? Well, the first prototype was used on a dog. The implant was inserted under the skin and left for a couple of weeks until she chewed at her stitches and it had to be removed. Despite the chewing incident, the operation was deemed a success, and Giroux declared that the implants were, quote, as harmless as water. And who doesn't love a tall glass of water?
Some implants are pre-filled, but most are filled after surgery. This filling blows up the implant like a water balloon in order to increase the breast size. Talk about a water balloon fight, am I right?
On the other hand, inflatable implants are also used. They are rolled up like a cigar and pushed through the incision. Pre-filled implants require a larger incision than the ones that are filled after surgery.
Here is a scanning electron microscope picture of the implant composition. Wow, look at that detail. Amazing.
Speaking of the composition, breast implants are made up of small medical-grade sacs comprised of an elastomer shell with a self-sealing filling valve located on either the front or back. They are filled with either silicone gel or sterile saline solution, aka salt water.
Before I continue, I want to clear some things up. There is a difference between silicone and silicon. Silicone is a synthetic polymer made up of silicon, oxygen, and other elements, most typically carbon and hydrogen. This liquid is flexible, like rubber, and plastic that has a number of useful properties such as low toxicity and a high heat resistance. Side note, it also provides good electrical insulation.
In contrast, silicon is a naturally occurring chemical element. It is the 14th element on the periodic table. This metalloid is the second most abundant element in the Earth's crust, after oxygen, of course. That's a lot of silicon, my guy.
However, our main focus is going to be on silicone. American author Rick Riordan once said, "There is a post-war American fascination with all things plastic and artificial." And boom, silicone blew up. Not literally, but figuratively. Well, you know what I mean.
This composition of implants has changed over time with the advances of technology. I'm pretty sure robots are eventually going to take over the world, but that's for another podcast. Advances such as 3D imaging has allowed people to improve the implants to become increasingly rupture-proof, and the range has widened.
In the early days, there were only 4 choices of sizes: large, medium, small, or petite. Currently, there are over 450 choices. In addition, most are filled after surgery and use saline solution instead of silicone gel, except under certain circumstances. But we stand by our favorite silicone gel. Don't worry, people.
The saline solution alternative is the most common type now due to the FDA's ban on the use of silicone breast implants in the US in 1992. However, this is very controversial and silicone implants can still be found today.
Now, looking to the future can be scary, but it never stops coming at you. It's like a bullet train on fast tracks getting closer and closer, and wow, that was powerful. Just gave myself some chills. Okay, well, back to the matter at hand. For the future of breast enlargements, it is now the second most popular cosmetic surgery operation, right after liposuction. This procedure can also help patients who have undergone mastectomies or as a result of breast cancer or another medical diagnosis.
Jumping back to silicone, it appears in computer chips, polymers, plastics, and medicinal devices. For example, Certain sand, mica, aquamarine, no, not the mermaid, and flint all contain silicone in some form.
Now for a brief history lesson. In 1943, Corning Glass and Dow Chemical merged to form Dow Corning and used their combined research to create silicone. Silicone elastomers were originally created in an effort to create a material that could better insulate components of generators and electric motors. Creators named the material silicone because they thought the chemical makeup of the material contained a double-bonded oxygen in its backbone. Later research revealed that this was not true. However, the name stuck, and silicone was born.
General Electric began producing silicone in 1947 with Wacker Chemie and Shin Etsu Chemical, following suit in 1953. Today, silicone is produced and used for various purposes around the world.
The element, silicon, that makes up silicone is never a free element. It's entrapped by chains of linked atoms that make up its backbone that does not contain carbon like other industrial polymers. It readily binds with oxygen, and thus it's rarely found in its pure form.
Now we will explain the method of production and have a quick segment we like to call How It's Made. First, the silicone is isolated from silica by heating a large volume of quartz sand to high temperature of 1800 degrees Celsius. The result is pure isolated silicone, which is allowed to cool and then ground into a fine powder.
Next, the fine silicone powder is combined with methyl chloride and heated once again. This heat creates methylchlorosaline from the reaction that occurs. The product contains dimethylchlorosaline, the main building block of silicone.
Then a distillation is run and the mixture condenses into polydimethylsiloxane. With the backbone of silicone or the siloxane bond present, the silicone is polymerized depending on the desired properties of the end product.
Wow, that wasn't so hard, was it?
Oh yeah, Kathleen? Let's see you try it!
Touché.
Silicone can be applied in society in a multitude of ways, from breast implants for cosmetic and medical reasons to aircraft and spacecraft assembly maintenance with adhesive and sealants. Silicone can be utilized anywhere.
Some places truly surprise me. Silicone tubing in medical delivery systems or heart pacemakers, silicone sealants bonding materials such as concrete, glass, granite, steel, and plastics, in telecommunication and micro or macro electronics with electrical power distribution. Not to mention it seals, bonds, and encapsulates everything from highly sensitive circuits and microprocessors to semiconductors.
On a lighter note, Martha Stewart utilizes it when she has her baking sheets, pans, and cookware with non-stick surfaces. Wow, what a woman!
Going back in time, some of the earliest tools made by humans included sharp flints made from silica. During the Stone Age, these included hunting tools and woodworking tools. Talk about a tale as old as time.
Also, this material impacts society commercially and economically. The use of it in paints and coatings allows the exteriors to last longer and stand up to sun, salt, pollution, and age better. Shampoos with it can provide more shine and are made with a stronger SPF for those days in the sun.
In addition, silicones help restore historical buildings and landmarks without compromising their appearance or integrity. Silicone rubber is easy to formulate, easy to manufacture, and it's applicable to most trades because it's available in varying colors and hardness. Because it comes in such a variety of formulations for curing, molding, and manufacturing, it helps businesses streamline their processing while ensuring consistent quality production.
With the invention of breast implants utilizing silicone, women are able to have a safe material injected into their body. This can be for cosmetic or medical purposes. This has changed the way society views the perfect body type over time and has sparked a debate over artificial versus natural beauty standards.
To wrap up our podcast, we would like to end with some wacky facts about silicone. Did you know that it does not react with other materials and will not irritate the body? Whether it's used externally or internally, silicone materials do not generate unwelcome byproducts or trigger any allergic reactions. Wow, that's a relief, because the last time I got hives, it was not a pretty sight. Oh wait, sorry, a bit too personal. Moving on.
Silicone is also present in plant cell walls to help provide structure. Also, pure silicone has the same crystal structure as diamonds. And you know what our queen says? If you like 'em, then you should have put a ring on it.
Finally, in 2015, more than 10 million square inches of silicone were shipped for semiconductor applications. That's equivalent to more than 900 Olympic soccer fields.
I don't know about you, but I would want Silicone on my team for the Materials World Cup.
Oh, Sarah, you make me laugh. Well, that's our podcast, folks. Please come back next week where we will talk about tomatoes. Are they really a fruit? Have we been lied to our entire lives?
On that note, I would like to say a special thank you to our sponsor, Martha Stewart's Silicone Spatulas. Want some nicely mixed batters to bake with, or you just want to kill that spider that's been sitting in the corner of your kitchen for about 8 weeks now? Then try Martha Stewart's Silicone Spatulas. Once you go silicone, you don't go Silla back. Anyways, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Kathleen.
And we are the Material Girls.
'Cause we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl.